Hi y'all, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I just got to work, but I'm gonna say this because I feel like everybody else afraid to say it, and y'all know I don't care about being called a pick me or nothing like that. But I hear a lot of women that be like, oh, whatever you did to get me, you gotta do to keep me. And that is very much so valid, and that is very much
that is a valid point. But again, I think she's about to go into another point. But yeah, whatever you do to get a woman in the beginning, what most men don't understand is that's how you're gonna have to keep her. So if you start off by trying to fly her out, pay for trips, understand that for date number 3, you're gonna have to take her to outer space, and date number 4, you're gonna have to take her on a cruise. So understand what you do in the beginning sets the tone. That's why I preach so much. Do things inexpensive in the beginning. See if this woman is really for you, because when you start off trying to come from the impress her mindset, then you're gonna have to keep that up. And the second that you can't keep that up, she dubbing you.
That is very much so valid, and that is very much so true. But the same goes for keeping a man too. The same way you were in the beginning, and the same things that you did in the beginning to land this man, whether it was catching his eye, whatever the case is, the same things you did, you have to do those things as well. Men have to be kept as well. And I feel like y'all,
we know this is not all women, but a lot of times, man, women, they'll get with you and they was doing everything. They was dressing fly, doing all these different things. But as soon as you have them, they don't do those things no more. But this is why you as a man have to constantly elevate yourself, continue to stay focused on your craft, because when you stay on your P's and Q's, that's going to force a woman who's around you to make sure she's doing everything she needs to do, because women pay attention to other women checking you out and different things like that. So if you are keeping yourself up as a man, you deserve a woman who is keeping herself up, who is catering to you because you're catering to her. So if she's not doing that, then you got to have abundance mindset. I ain't got to be with you, because at the end of the day, there's somebody else that would give me the right treatment and who look just as good as you. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that you pay attention to a woman keeping the same energy when you are doing something long term with her, or you're in a relationship with her. Because just like she, you know what I'm saying? Like she said in the beginning, you got to keep the same energy with her, but you got to make sure she keeps the same energy with you, because we already know a woman gonna live up to that. A woman gonna cancel you if you don't keep the same energy. So you should be able to cancel her if she doesn't keep the same energy. Facts.
and I feel like y'all will take a man wanting to feel appreciated or valued or seen, X, Y, and Z. Y'all take that as he being sassy or he trying to be a woman. Like, no, they have feelings, they have emotions.
People pay these, and this is not just women, people play these reverse psychology games too. They'll make it seem like, oh, you're sassy, you're this, you're that, you like, why you? Nah, because the best situations I've had with women are women that sometimes they randomly pay for the date. I appreciate that. Or they may buy me my favorite, my favorite beverage. Or they may buy me some shoes for my birthday. Those are the things I appreciate, because those are women that are paying attention to detail. So you want a woman who's attentive to what you like, because a woman like that knows, okay, if I want this man, if I want to be in this man's life, I know I need to do A, B, C. See, a lot of women, they rely on their looks, so they kind of feel like, oh, I ain't got to do nothing. I got a fat ass, I look pretty, that's all that's all I got to bring to the table. No, it's not.
They have things that they require as well, just like we do. And I think that it's unfair to keep pushing this dynamic and this narrative that women are the only ones that need to be taken care of.
This is the thing, man. Like, as a man, we already have the weight of the world on our shoulders, right? We have the weight of the world on our shoulders. Why do I need a woman in my life who is not making it any easier? She's actually making it difficult. She's complaining, not coming up with solutions, not taking no accountability. You're not keeping the same energy. Accountability is huge. You know what I'm saying? Accountability is huge, because at the end of the day, it takes two to tango. So within this relationship or partnership for what we have, I need you to be accountable to what you're bringing to the table. If I'm the one that's making sure you're good, but you're not making sure I'm good, I'm going to mentally drain myself.
A major red flag that people overlook before getting into relationships is how much accountability a person takes, right? When it comes down to things in their own life, when it comes down to mistakes that they make, when it comes down to situations between the two of you, if they never take accountability and they're always pointing fingers and they're always trying to justify their actions without trying to analyze their own character, then that is a red flag. If they never say I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the worst, man. I hate dealing with people who kind of feel like they're always right. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I'm not the type of person where I'm going to convince my ideology on you or convince my perspective. I'm going to have a conversation with you. And if you kind of feel like, well, nah, you need to listen to my point. You need to see things my way. Anytime somebody start talking like that, I'm good. And that's not just women. That's like people in general. I'm good because I see that you live in your own world. To me, I believe in empathy. You know what I'm saying? I believe in hearing the other side. I believe in seeing your point. But when I feel like you got to force me to see your point, or you feel like you're never wrong in the situation, you can't take no type of accountability, I don't want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around you. I'm good. Because all you're going to do is just make my life more difficult. You ain't taking. So you the perfect person. You basically saying you God at this point because you ain't taking no accountability. I'm good.
Or maybe I could improve on something. Is there some way that I can get better? That is a red flag. Because when they get in a relationship with you and you have an issue or you have a problem with what they're doing, they're always going to try to deflect and justify what they're doing. And they're never going to take accountability because they're going to always feel like.
And again, this is why vetting is so huge, because men, like, if you don't have no experience with women, it's like one of the worst things ever, because women have so many. And this is not all women. The women that play things dirty, they will deflect. They will try to gaslight you. They will try to manipulate. And if you're not aware enough, you're not self-aware enough and understand what's going on, you're going to get finessed. So you got to understand, when you see a woman deflecting and trying to put it onto you when you know you didn't do anything wrong, that's a red flag. You know what I'm saying? I may be able to have fun with you, but anything else more than that, no bueno. We ain't going to be able to do it. Because I can't even trust you.
They're in the right and you are in the wrong, right? They're never going to be considerate of your feelings to be able to come down to a compromise to where both parties are happy, right? And if a person can't take accountability to improve upon themselves and in the relationship, that means that they're an immature person. And that means that they're not ready for a mature relationship.
Yeah, and going back to the first video, just like how old girl was saying, like, just like how y'all women say men gotta keep doing the same thing they was doing in the beginning, you got to keep that same energy. A lot of times women will require you to do things that they're not doing themselves. A lot of times these women that say, oh, you got to take me on this dinner date, on a first dinner date, but she can't afford a dinner date, but you're requiring me to do that for you. And for most of my life, I almost felt like I had to be perfect to be around a woman, or she would be able to see through me. I felt like I had to put on a perfect facade. But what we got to understand is, at the end of the day, a lot of times women put on this persona and this facade like you got to come correct, when in reality we all have shortcomings. We all got things going on in our life. So you shouldn't have to come perfect to a woman. You shouldn't have to try to impress her. You shouldn't have to try to, oh, you need to be doing more and I'm not going to bring nothing to the table. You shouldn't have to deal with that as a man, because as a man, you have the upper hand. You know, as a man and as a leader, you should be putting your purpose and your craft first. You should be figuring out your bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you take that woman seriously, you need to be able to have everything in order, so that way the family can run smoothly and you are the head of the household. Now, yes, the woman she's the queen. Of course, she's the queen. She's going to add on the value. She's going to give you the suggestions. She's going to make the home, of course, but you need to make sure this is the right woman for you. And if she can't be accountable, or she can't keep the same energy she kept in the beginning, that's not somebody you want to keep around, because they're not really in it for the right reasons. They're immature. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't have time to deal with potential. I'm good. So like I say on every video, man, let's continue to put ourselves first. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. Appreciate you guys as always for coming over to the channel, guys. And until the next time, deuces.